Good day, folks, and welcome back to Ed's Garage at Merton Hyundai. Today, I'm going to be doing a quick prep video on this beautiful moonlit cloud Palisade Calligraphy. So this vehicle is being picked up today by my wonderful clients, and I'm going to set it all up for them, get them all ready to go with it. And when they come in, of course, we'll go over the whole vehicle, show them how to use everything. Make sure he's totally comfortable before going. Now he's actually given me a bit of a break because he said, well, he saw the last couple of videos that I did on the Palisade, and he already knows everything apparently. So we'll see. We'll set him all up and make sure he's comfortable before he goes. Now, this vehicle has already been inspected. The PDI is complete. That's pre-delivery inspection. We've also done some paint protection. We installed some accessories on there as well. And it still needs some mats in the front, and we're going to do a final clean for delivery as well. But I wanted to get this video out as quickly as possible, just because it's a beautiful day, and he's going to be coming by a little bit later on today, so I want to just get it all done and out of the way. So what are we looking at here? Well, we're looking at a 2023 Calligraphy trim. So this is the top model in the Palisade. It has every single feature imaginable. They have changed the wheels, they've changed the front, and they've changed the inside a little bit. But if you haven't already seen it, please click up on the top up here corner, I believe, possibly up here. Anyway, you'll see the link pop up. Basically, there's two videos that I've already done, one on the entire vehicle and one on the infotainment system. So check those out. And if you want more information, please don't forget to comment below. If this video helps you out at all, or if you're surprised by what we do here, please, I'd love to hear from you. Comment down below, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe. All right, let's get started. Before I get too far into this video, guys, I want to say thank you and a quick shout out to JP for gifting me this awesome DJI Osmo gimbal. This thing is super cool. He recently purchased a beautiful 2022 Santa Cruz Calligraphy trim. Now, the reason I want to thank him is because you'll notice that the camera is currently following me, and that's because JP actually gifted me a DJI Osmo gimbal, which is all automatic. It's got tracking and everything. It's pretty cool, so I can move around, wave my arms around like a crazy person, and do these videos a little bit differently than I used to. Sorry, the sun's right behind me. But yeah, just wanted to say thank you so much, JP. Your gift is going to come in very handy. All right, let's get into the actual delivery prep. All right, now one thing that I've already done is gone ahead and made sure that everything is already installed. Here you can see the beautiful new front end grille of the Palisade, and we got, as you can see, I've got the hood deflector on there. It's going to get that CFD, as I mentioned, the clean for delivery, so I'm going to go ahead and inspect it after that as well. But it's actually already quite clean, so I've been able to kind of walk around the vehicle and just make sure that everything is, you know, looking good. There's no scratches, no dings, dents, or anything like that from shipping. So that part of it's done. So really the next step is to go inside the vehicle. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is start at the back here. We want to make sure that everything in the trunk area is kind of set up the way it's supposed to be. You can see we've got the cargo tray here already kind of laying in its correct position. I do want to put the seats up, so that's these two buttons on the left side here. The other seats come up differently. Okay, so underneath the floor on this one, we do have, you can see, a privacy cover and a cargo net. Now, I'm not going to install either of those because I actually don't really know how the customer wants to use them. So I'm going to go ahead and just leave those the way they are. And then as far as the third row, I'm going to go ahead and put up the headrests already. And I do need to make sure that the smart liftgate is enabled because by default it is turned off. But I also want to make sure that the height is at maximum, and it currently is. So we'll go ahead and close that down. And we'll go to the back seats next. So the other thing I'm doing while looking at everything here is making sure that all of the plastic has been removed. All right, and you can see we've also got the rubber mats back here as well. The clients opted for WeatherTechs in the front, so I'm going to put those in a little bit. Yeah, everything back here looks good. I don't see any plastic anywhere. All looks clean, and of course it's going to get re-cleaned before the client picks it up anyway. And you can see we've got the window sticker on there still as well, so that's got to come off. All right, let's have a look in the front here. And as you can see, we've got the other mats installed at the moment. Gonna go ahead and move the seat back, because I did move it all forwards just to test everything out in the back. So put that there. All right, now don't mind that flashing. That actually isn't happening in real life. It's just because of the refresh rate of the camera and the LEDs in the backlight for the screen are incompatible. That's normal. It doesn't actually, you don't see that in person though. So, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at the left here. Now I'm not going to set up the memory seating, of course, because I don't know where exactly he wants it. And then down here you can see just the buttons. There's really nothing to change too much, but I am going to increase the dashboard illumination. So that's for all of the interior lights, including all the steering wheel lights, all the buttons down here, everything. I'm going to put the headlights on, as you can see. And the reason I do that is because when it's in automatic, it doesn't actually have taillights in the back during the day. So it's just safer to have that on all the time. So I'm going to leave that way. And then on the steering wheel here, you can see we've got a customizable button. So I'm going to go ahead and press that the first time here, because that will bring up the option on the screen. Let's get this sold sign out of the way here. And now I can actually choose what I want that button to do. So I'm going to actually select reject and call, because that just makes the most sense to me, because I mean, it's right next to the answer call button. So. All right, and then on the right-hand side of the steering wheel, there's really nothing to configure here with the cruise control. However, these two buttons, they do control a lot of the stuff on the screen here. So let's go through the gamut of different things. Now, it is going to get a full tank of fuel, so I'm going to have to redo this later, but just to give you an idea of what we do. So we're going to reset the drive info now. That's just from the last time the vehicle started, so it really doesn't do anything right now. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here for you. And then we're going to go down to, since refueling, of course, that's going to get reset again. And then our accumulated info, which we'll reset as well. Sorry, I'm still learning how to use this this gimbal, guys. And then we're going to leave it on digital speedometer eventually, but we're going to go over to the next couple screens here. And it looks like everything else is just kind of standard where we want it. So let's go into the settings for the lane keep assist here. So I can hold the OK button down. So what I'm doing is basically I'm going through with this button here. It kind of scrolls along the top edge of that screen. And then this one allows me to go up and down, but also press OK to get into a particular setting or to reset the trip computer or whatnot. All right, so that brings us to this screen when we hold OK to enter settings for that. And what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that everything here is enabled, which it is. All of the safety systems are on. I'm going to go to the smart cruise control though, and I'm going to change it, because I've already done this, but I'm going to change it to near, not far. So basically, it's going to stay a little bit closer to the car in front of it. I will show the customer where to change that, but I find even on near, it's still at a very, very safe position. So you don't really have to worry too much about being too close to the car in front of you or whatever. I'm also going to change its acceleration to fast. Again, by default, it's on slow. And the reason for that is, again, the car doesn't react super quick when it's on slow to changes in the speed of the vehicle in front of you. So we want to make it a little bit more reactionary. So acceleration and reaction speed, quick and fast. Okay, so that's all set now. If we back out of here, I'm going to get back to this stuff a little bit later. So I'm going to exit that for now. And next thing to check would be the center console. So let's see what we got here. So we've got the two cup holders. They're already set up properly. We're gonna leave this open so the client can see exactly what that looks like. There's really nothing to talk about in here too much. I'm going to take the manuals out and put those inside, because I'm going to go over that stuff with the client anyway. So we'll get that done. And next thing would be the drive mode. So I'm going to go ahead and just put that on smart right away. And everything else here looks good. So the parking sensors, by default, they're on. You can turn them off like that. The auto start-stop system, even if I did disable that, it would just come back on later anyway. Okay, so all that looks good as well. Climate control, we're going to set that to 21 degrees on both sides, because that's room temperature. Yes, we are in Canada. And then we're going to have it on automatic, but level 2 automatic, so it's not going crazy. Now, as far as the rear goes, you can see we can adjust the temperature here for the rear as well. So we'll put that on 21 also, and on automatic as well. So that setting normally can be adjusted right back here. There it is, right there. So I can do that from the back seat, or I can do it from up here, which is kind of nice. Okay, We got the buttons along the bottom row here. That's for the screen, of course. So we're going to go into each one of the different screens and just make sure everything is set the way we want it. So basically what we're looking at here is the home screen. We're going to leave this on here, guys. So I apologize for the glare, but that's just coming from that. But yeah, we're going to start at the home screen and just make sure that everything looks good. So for now, the time and date is correct, so that's good. You'll notice that we have it on AM 530. We're going to change that. That's the radio station. And then you can see a little bit of the map here. We're going to slide over to the home screen, go to the map, and first off, we're going to change this to three-dimensional map because, well, quite frankly, it just looks better, right? All right, and then what we can do is we can actually put in the customer's home address. I don't have it with me at the moment, so I will do that a little bit later. Under the navigation menu, you can see that's where we can put the home address and favorites and whatnot in. Yeah, everything there's already set up the way most people want it anyway. Under phone, there's really nothing to do right now because we have to hook up his phone. Under phone projection, we do want to make sure that Android Auto, Apple CarPlay is enabled. That'll be in the setup, which it is. Under voice memo, we can leave that blank for now. Under climate, you can see we have some of the settings for the climate control system in here, and we can actually adjust in here as well, which is kind of a nice thing. But we've already changed that down below. But what I will do is make sure that activate upon washer fluid use and automatic dehumidify and defog is all turned on. So this one here, guys, basically what that is if you use the windshield washer fluid, it turns on the recirculate so you don't have to smell it. It's a nice feature. And then next thing would be, let's see here, rear climate we've already done. HD radio data, looks like it's all set up and working, which is good. And then the setup is going to be the next thing, but I just want to show you. We're going to go into, the next thing is going to be radio. So I'm going to go ahead and remove these three stations because quite frankly, none of them work here anyway. I do want to enable HD radio, and I want to put the radio on a station that actually works here where we're at, as well as the 730 for AM. That's another station that works. And we'll put that in the favorites list. And of course, I'll show the customer how to use that. I also want to make sure that Quantum Logic surround sound is turned on. This stereo in this thing, guys, is phenomenal. It's a really good stereo. And that's pretty much it in here. Media is for playing music from your phone and USB devices and whatnot. Okay, so that's everything there. So now we're going to go into setup. So we want to make sure that under vehicle, everything is set up properly. So let's check driving convenience. This is where we were before. I'm going to go to speed limit warning. So it just gives you a little bit of a speed limit warning, which you can adjust as well. You can also enable speed limit assist, which is pretty cool. So that works with the highway drive assist. So we'll just leave it on speed limit warning for now. Warning volume is a few different options here. So drive safe priority, so it lowers the volume when it detects a potential dangerous situation. And then when you're parking, with the rear camera comes on, or all the cameras rather, it'll actually lower the volume as well. The haptic warning vibrates the steering wheel when you're going over a line or whatever, or if there's a dangerous situation. So we're going to leave that on. And then the leading vehicle departure alert, which is super cool. Basically what that is if the car in front of you starts to drive off, it'll give you a warning saying, hey, you can go. All right, so under drive mode, you can see we have different tow modes here. We're going to leave that. So I don't know if he's going to be towing with it at any point. Head-up display, we want to make sure that the head-up display's content is everything's enabled, which it is. We've already done that, actually. Illumination for the cluster is already on, but we're going to enable the blue light filter and set that to level 5. Make sure it's automatic. And next thing in here, let's see, the display contents for the parking system. So this is all the lines and whatnot that come up with the camera. So when you turn the camera system on, it gives you all these dynamic steering lines and everything. So we want to make sure that all of that is turned on, which it is. Okay, and we've already been in climate, so we can skip that. We're going to go to seat, and we're going to put on the ergo motion activity notification. So when the system detects that you've been in there for a long time and it wants to kind of help with your posture and whatnot, it's actually going to give you a notification up on the screen. So it's got that massage seats, which is pretty cool. You can also fold and unfold the far rear seats from here as well. Let's go to seat easy access. Now, my customer is quite tall, so this easy access thing is super handy. When he gets into the vehicle, the seat actually will be retracted, and when he shuts the car off, it'll go back as well. But when he gets in the car, starts it up, it goes back to normal position. It's pretty cool. But we're also going to enable seat height easy access, so it goes down to make it easy to get in and out of the vehicle as well. All right, we're going to go to the massage seats. We're going to put it on strong here with posture assist enabled. So driving 1 hour later for posture assist. So if you've been driving the vehicle and you haven't used the massage seats, after an hour it'll just come on by itself. It's pretty cool. And then we've got lumbar stabilization every 60 minutes. Lumbar stabilization system decreases pressure on the lumbar spine and alleviates back discomfort while driving. All of that is also automatic. Gotta love these new features that they're coming up with. So all of that is in the ErgoMotion seat settings. Okay, ambient light. So I have no idea what the customer's favorite color is, so we're going to put that, I don't know, put it on blue, sure, why not, and make sure that the brightness is up max. The one-touch turn signal, we're going to put that on 5 flashes, so that's when you tap the turn signal stalk, it flashes by itself 5 times. We want to make sure that the welcome light's turned on, headlight delay, high beam assist is all turned on, perfect. Under door, we want to make sure that 2-press unlock is enabled. The power liftgate's enabled, it's on fast, and we want to make sure that the smart liftgate system is enabled as well. So we talked about that earlier. You can also change the height opening setting from here if you didn't do it from the back. We'll just put it on full open, which was the same as setting it to full open at the back anyway. So that's done as well. And then you'll notice here we got remote control. Disables the remote control window function. So you can actually roll down the windows holding, I believe you hold the unlock button for that. So if the vehicle's off and you just want to open the windows with the remote, pretty cool. Under convenience, we want to enable rear wiper. So the rear wiper will come on automatically, assuming the front wipers are on when you put the car in reverse. We also want to make sure wireless charging is turned on and the rear occupant alert. That's a safety system, detects if there's passengers or pets in the rear, and it'll actually set off the alarm and send a notification via BlueLink if it detects anyone back there. Under navigation settings, let's definitely enable vehicle speed and traffic information. So that's all turned on. We have our price filter for fuel prices, which is kind of cool. Under guidance, let's see here. All of this stuff by default should be good. Yep, that's all fine. Under map mode, it allows you to change the background color of the map and also adjust the scale of the map, or sorry, not the color of the map, but the 3D, 2D, north up, that sort of thing. That's all set up properly as well already. Here's the map color. You can go any one of those different colors. Vehicle symbol, that's the color of the little arrow that represents your car on the map. And then set map auto scale. So it's kind of cool. So you can adjust how zoomed in the map is based on the speed that you're going. We're going to have auto center on, so if you do move the map at some point, it's going to automatically center it for you. And then return to map timing, that's if you leave the map screen, it'll go back to the map. We're not going to turn that on though, because sometimes people just don't want that anyway. Okay, under sound, let's see what we got here. So definitely want to enable startup volume limit. Quantum Logic Surround is already turned on, so that's good. Speed dependent volume control is on moderate change, so the faster you go, the louder it gets within reason. Startup volume limit, in case somebody gets in the car, if the music was cranked, it'll actually limit the volume. Now, these vehicles do have very good bass already. I'm going to increase the treble a little bit. Going to go to guidance here. This is the navigation guidance system. We're also putting on the welcome sound for when you turn the vehicle on and off. Radio noise, definitely want to go max noise reduction. So that's the FM system that it'll reduce any sort of background static noise. Driver assistance, we've already set that up. That's the drive safe priority and stuff like that. And here we go. So you can actually adjust volumes on the Android Auto Apple CarPlay. Okay. Device connection is just where you would go to connect the Bluetooth and whatnot. Just want to make sure that that's empty. User profile. So we know the name of the client, so we're going to go ahead and put that in there. There we go. And if you want, you can change the profile image, but I'll show them how to do that as well. Voice recognition, it's not really much change in there. Screen layout. So right now we have linking the instrument cluster screen to the drive mode. I'll show you what that is real quick. But basically it allows us to change the instrument cluster screen to a particular view. So this is classic B, and we got classic A. Sorry, the steering wheel's in the way there. And then classic C, and we also have cube. However, if we just link it to the drive mode, then depending on the drive mode that we're in, you can see here it'll just switch automatically. And of course, we do want to make sure that the drive mode is on smart. All right, and then our next thing is the screensaver. So this is when you turn off the screen, and to do that, you're going to hold down the power button. Volume knob basically shuts the screen off, and then we get the time there, which is nice. And then split screen, we want to make sure that everything's enabled, which it is. So that's just the stuff that comes up on the right-hand side when you're in split screen mode. All right, under display, we've already done this, but blue light filter, audio system on-off, system settings, camera settings, all of that's already done. Under button, we want to make sure that the custom button, so that's down there in the console, we want to make sure that that is on phone projection. Basically, that is this button right here. So that one allows us to switch back to Apple CarPlay really quickly on the screen if we have it on something else. We've already changed the custom button on the steering wheel, and then the mode button, we want to set that to do all of these different things, because again, I don't know what type of music my client's going to be listening to, so we just want to give them all the options from the mode button on the steering wheel. And you also have the option to swap the tuning and volume knobs, which is kind of silly, but whatever, that's there. And then we're going to skip Blue Link because that has to be set up with the client. You can see here we've got on the over-the-air updates. We can't do that yet until Blue Link is enabled. But there really isn't anything to change in here. It should all be good by default. The only thing you might need to change, and I didn't actually have the correct time. Now I do. It is daylight savings time as well at the moment. All right, now looking at the headliner here, we can have the controls for the sunroof and the lights. We want to make sure that the lights come on when you open the door, and we want to make sure that the rear sunroof panel is open. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. There we go. So that's right there. That button there allows you to change that. And of course, we want to make sure that the main sunroof is open as well. So really nothing else to change there. And I think that's pretty much it. I don't think there's anything that I've missed. But yeah, that's essentially how we set it all up. So next thing I'll show you real quick is the checklist that we go over with the client. All right, so now we're in my office, and basically what I have is a checklist right here, which I'm going to go over with the client. That top part is actually not necessary. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over this entire checklist to make sure that the customer is completely satisfied with the vehicle, he understands how to use everything. We're going to talk about the manuals, that sort of thing, and make sure that the vehicle is full of gas as well. That's checked off on here as well. And this will actually have the VIN number, customer's name, our dealership name, my name, and then we all sign off on the bottom to make sure that we're all happy with the situation. I'll also show them how to use the key as well. As you can see, there's a lot of functionality on that key, so a lot to talk about. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this video. That covers basically delivery preparation. So if this video helped at all, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And until the next time, thank you so much and have a great day.